From the Opubco Studios in Oklahoma City, this is an OSU update. I'm Jenny Carlson. After a long week involving Oklahoma State's football programs and a long-term investigation by Sports Illustrated, there's actually a football game on Saturday night. Gina Mizell joins us on the phone to talk about that game. Gina, obviously the home opener for the Cowboys against Lamar, a team that is not a fantastic team, but talk about this game in terms of, just what we can expect out of this game. Is this another Savannah State potentially?
Well, I think it's a great time to have a home opener for this football program and just the Oklahoma State community in general. Like you said, I think it's going to be a great atmosphere. They're nearing a record crowd based on last ticket counts, and like you said, it's just not a great opponent. It's a Lamar team that revived its football program 3 years ago in 2010, and has never faced a program of this caliber. So I think it's going to be a pretty one-sided game. I think it's going to be just kind of a chance for Oklahoma State people to rally around each other after the week that they've had, and it should be a pretty one-sided game, as I said, on Saturday.
Well, even though the Cowboys have played 2 games, both have been away from home. So this is the first chance for Cowboy fans to get to see this team up close and personal, to see them in the flesh. Offensively, Gina, you've seen it for 2 games. I got to see it firsthand last week. It's pretty impressive to see firsthand. What can we expect, though? Are we going to get that up-tempo offense again like we saw last week? Or is it going to be more of what we saw against Mississippi State, or maybe something else entirely? I don't know.
Well, I think that'll be very interesting to watch, because they've obviously shown that they can run the ball really well with those 2 running backs, Jeremy Smith and Desmond Rowland, and obviously J.W. Walsh as well. And then last week, Walsh goes 24 for 27, and there's more touchdown passes and incompletion, so they've shown that they can kind of do it both ways. So, I think a lot of it's going to depend on what Lamar's defense throws at them, but I think the goal of this offense is probably to start to find a balance between those 2 things, not go from one extreme to the other. So I'll be curious to see if it does lean more towards the run or leans more towards the pass, or if we start to kind of see a blend of this offense, get those receivers involved, but also get those running backs involved, and have J.W. Walsh run the ball a little bit, but also have him throw it really well. So that'll definitely be something that I'm watching on Saturday.
Lastly, Gina, what kind of playing time do you expect for starters on both sides of the ball? I mean, we saw Clint Shelf come in that game against UTSA and a backup role for J.W. Walsh. Do you expect to see backups used fairly liberally in this game?
Yeah, I would expect to. Again, is this going to be an 84-0 blowout like Savannah State last year, where starters were out midway through the first quarter? That might be a little bit of a stretch, but I would expect to see some heavy time for the backups. I think we will see Clint Shelf. You might even see Dax Garman, the third-team quarterback. Who knows? And again, I think you'll see a lot of those redshirt freshmen, the true freshmen that they've decided they're going to play this season, and just a lot of those backups, because as we saw again against UTSA, that second-team and third-team defense gave up some points and gave up some yards. And so any experience that second unit, third unit, these younger guys that are coming up through the program, anytime on the field in real game experience, I think will be beneficial, not just Saturday night, but down the line, most notably.
Cowboys kick off at 6:30 on Saturday night. Be sure to stay with the best coverage team anywhere at newsok.com and every day in the Oklahoman.